Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Indie-Credible Podcast. This is episode 55. Yeah, this is episode 55. We're feeling fine and jiving with 55. I'm one of your hosts, Xander Scullion, and joined with me, Jeffrey Whitney. What's up, Jeff?
I am alive. I am hanging out on Veterans Day. Ate some delicious food. We went to Mod Pizza, saved 50%, which means it was like buy one, get one free pizzas with the wife and I.
Hell yeah.
Went to GameStops, was thoroughly disappointed. Pop Stop, my bad.
Well, that should change. Apparently, pop figures might be a thing of the past soon, so I don't know what GameStop's going to do.
And then, of course, in the Amiibo shelf, I did see the Samus riding a motorcycle.
I want to get that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I might be Jump the Shark. I don't know. Metroid on a motorcycle.
It was very bad.
Oh no, man!
It is.
It's probably gonna be fun as hell. But like, is it Metroid? I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, I remember when I saw that scene with the motorcycle, I thought it was gonna be like another Metroid. I was like, they're making another Metroid, and we haven't even got Prime 4 yet. But I remember we were talking yesterday. Like, it's crazy to think that Metroid Primes are around the corner. Like, it's finally coming out. Like, it's insane. But
yeah, it is wild.
Speaking of insane, we got a jam-packed episode this week.
Always
a lot of stuff. And before we start the episode, let's go into Kyle's Trials.
So today I have some treats. And it's the classic Kyle brain. First of all is a reproduction box for Final Fantasy III.
Ooh.
It's NES box. This reproduction box also came with a guide. Somebody did a giant, big Final Fantasy style guide on Nintendo H back in the day. I don't know where the guide is in Kyle's collection, but I found this box with a bunch of unlicensed CIBs that Kyle had. So I thought that was cool as hell. And there were some treats with it too. Classic Kyle labelless NES games.
Oh, wow. Labelless.
No label. And this one, classic. He printed out a sticker that says F117 Stealth Fighter. Well, that one has that on there. On the back, it says, Nintendo warning, you will be charged $250 if instruction book is not returned. Thank you.
Man, you remember back in the day, I used to love it when I would get a game, and I would rent a game, and it would come with the instruction manual, and someone would like put like passwords or like codes in there. That shit was bomb, dude. I like that.
It was the classic, and I mean, now we can just like cheat and go to the internet and find shit, but like back in the day, it was a treat. That's why Nintendo Power was such a reward too, because you go to classified information and find the codes immediately. Yeah. Like, it was just the classics.
Well, with it being Veterans Day as we're recording, I told you I had a surprise. I got a Twin Galaxy card right here. Gamers of the Military. Look at that.
It's me.
It is you. And apparently, like, I remember you telling me, like, you didn't even know this was a thing.
Nope. That is a picture from my wedding that Walter found or pulled off Facebook, or who's to say. I was wearing my green pickle suit. That was right before I walked the aisle.
That's so funny.
I mean, and I am wearing a military hoodie. This is a Sergeant Major Academy hoodie from last year when I was at the Sergeant Major Academy. So,
hell yeah,
wearing that because it's a little chilly in the basement. We don't have the heat going right now because it's been getting like warm during the day and then cold at night. So we don't want to like ebb and flow the heat on and off all the time.
Yeah,
it's a bit crazy, but I did record a Patreon video, but I'm not going to upload it until after we upload this podcast. So
now,
yeah,
I was gonna say last night.
Oh my god,
some folks got to join us for an Indie-Credible live stream. which was like a Monday. Usually we try to shoot for Fridays, but we're like, hey, let's do some streaming, and we did some streaming, and we played a robot named Fight co-op.
Robot Named Fight. Yeah, it was ridiculous, and I never played Robot Named Fight co-op, and so it was really cool. I got to be a little orb and kind of go ahead of you, Xander, and shoot everything, so that way you could avoid damage. And we got, for our first playthrough, we got up to the third biome, which was ridiculous. Like,
Yeah,
it's a factory, I think. Yeah,
we got
that was wild. That was wild. It was cool. We had a half dozen people in there chatting with us and hanging out, and Jesse Glenn, one of the patrons, one of the listeners of the show, was there.
Yeah, Jabberjaws was there too. That was cool. I haven't talked to him forever.
Yeah, we were just chatting about all things. It was a good time. I was drinking some ciders. Today I'm drinking water, but I was drinking some ciders. And I did show off to a Switch 2 physical that I got in.
Yes.
Which is an indie game, and it's complete on cart, and it's a Japanese exclusive. It's like crazy amalgam. It's this game right here. And it is Majogami is the name of it, but it's by Inti Creates. Inti Creates does amazing games and publishes awesome indie stuff. And so this game's like a hack and slash. Like it is a wild one. Like it just looks so beautiful, the game. And essentially, the game is also on Steam for $25. Right now, it's like $22. And it is insanely like spicy, and there's like big shiny explosions everywhere, and it just looks like an awesome hack and slash game. And so I'm really glad to add this to the Switch 2 collection. I still haven't bought in Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. Kind of waiting to see what the Black Friday deals look like.
Yeah, that's right around the corner. There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of games I want to check out that are going to be on Black Friday. That's why, like, I don't get too upset if I miss the big summer rush, because most of the games that are going to be coming out during the summer, Black Friday, they'll be on sale. So,
gotta have time to play them too. That's the other thing. So,
but you did have time to play another game.
Well, to test something.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, before you jump 5 things down the list. Spanish cramp. So, I had mentioned on a previous episode that I was going to test out the 8BitDo phone controller. And this turned interesting because, I have an iPhone, and I found out there was iPhone emulation, and I could do the whole thing using, Manic EMU. And it was cool, but I wanted to use a controller. So the 8BitDo phone controller, I bought the Xbox version, which says that it had iPhone compatibility. So that's why. The other one did not say it, so I had to pay an extra $5, $10, whatever, to get that one. It's pretty cool because it goes around it, and if I was prepared, I would have it with me right now, but it's upstairs, so I don't have it. But it literally goes around it, and it's an Xbox controller. It's a little mini guy, though, a little smaller one, but it goes perfectly around the iPhone. You press the Xbox button, and it syncs immediately with Bluetooth once you pair it. And what's cool, though, is that the Manic EMU automatically recognizes it. Where it gets crazy is I started testing other things. So it supports Manic EMU, and I didn't want to try it with the touchscreen, but it supports Sega Saturn. Okay, so I downloaded Sega Saturn emulator, and I got the Castlevania Symphony of the Night Ultimate Edition working on it.
Oh.
Which was super fucking dope. Yeah. And so it fixes all the issues that the Sega Saturn version has from Japan, and it translates everything into English and redoes all the graphics and everything. And it's like there's an Ultimate Edition, then there's like another update, and I got the final update of it. So it plays like flawlessly. So it plays great, and it plays on my phone, and I'm like literally have a Sega Saturn Symphony of the Night now.
Oh yeah,
on my phone.
That's pretty much like the that would be what the definitive at that point, wouldn't it?
Well, because you also get to choose, unlike in the Saturn or in the PlayStation, you get to choose between Richter, Alucard, and Maria. And Maria was exclusive to the Saturn. And Maria has like a triple jump, where she has a double jump on Rondo of Blood. She's older now and has a triple jump. But Richter and Maria both don't get all the upgrades in the Metroidvania pieces. It's more Castlevania with exploration versus all the upgrades that you get with Alucard, all the different weapons. So I'm playing through with Alucard, and I'm gonna have fun with it. The rabbit hole though went deeper, Xander, because I got the Xbox controller. I downloaded PC Game Pass, which there's an Android app that's like better or whatever. Downloaded it, and it plays all the modern stuff perfectly immediately. So even our Randomizer Community Game plays perfectly on my phone with the controller.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the further craziness, which is how I played my other game I played this week. I played it on my freaking phone. Is that there is Steam Link that works perfectly on it.
Ooh.
It works with your... So I literally can play all the PC Game Pass. I can play my Steam from my computer here down in the basement upstairs. I can play it perfectly, no lag at all. I haven't tried any like crazy 3D games or anything, but most of those are on Xbox already anyways. So, and that plays flawlessly with the streaming. But the Steam Link is wild because it's literally playing it off my computer and just streaming it. Kind of like what we did with Parsec on our live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works flawless though. Like, so I played an entire game in Bead on the controller. It was to the point where my like phone battery died. I was playing so much. Yeah.
Wow.
So I give a glowing review. It works perfectly for this day and age. If you have a decent internet connection, it works flawlessly with the streaming stuff. I mean, I can't see a better way to modernize and play and be lazy, because I just don't want to bring my Steam Deck everywhere with me. So, like, it's like if I forget it, I have my phone and go boom and put the controller.
I mean, yeah, and then at the end of the day, like the phone and the controller is probably less bulky than the Steam Deck at the end of the day. Steam Deck's it's a chunky beast. So I mean, it's portable, but it's not that portable, Yeah. For me anyway.
Oh, and like it'll be something where, not the Steam Link portion, but like even when I go on vacation waiting at the airport, I can pop on something on my phone real quick. And I only need one charger, one device. So for traveling, it'll be kind of easy. But also I'm not even thinking about like traveling at the airport, but more so like waiting at a appointment, waiting in line somewhere. Yeah, I literally pop it out and play it. That it's super convenient for stuff. And also, it's way cheaper than a Steam Deck.
Yeah, like, true.
So, yeah, way cheaper. So you could use it in conjunction with like your mini PC to stream to your phone.
Which is great, theoretically, when I'm thinking about, games like JRPGs, like something that involves a lot of grinding, Like you're at...
Well, that would be for your touchscreen. But for this, is like, it's a full controller. It's a Switch.
Yeah.
You basically have a Switch in your hands. Switch Mini or whatever. The Switch Mini, it's about the same size as the Switch Mini if you have a decent size screen on your phone.
That's pretty cool.
It's wild. And it plays flawlessly. That is the freaking rabbit hole, man. It was insane. Is now worked its way. I got like a little tablet in from a Whatnot stream, and that tablet's so freaking slow. Like it doesn't work. Because I was like, man, I got a big ass screen. I could use that with the controller. It's too slow. It's an Android tablet. It's just underpowered.
Well, we did have a randomizer last week. I played a little bit of it. I think you played a little bit of it.
I played a little bit of it too. It's the Dungeons of Hinterberg. And while I did confirm that it did work on PC Game Pass on the phone with the 8-bit controller, I actually played it on my PC downstairs on a big screen. And I had to stop playing it because it would take over my life, Xander.
Oh.
Like, if it was good, like, that was the thing. Like, you get past the tutorial and you go through, like, you go run around the town, talk to everyone. You can unlock stuff. You build relationships. You go to the next dungeons. The second dungeon I went to after your first big dungeon, I don't know how many dungeons you got in, but that one had a minecart section that was just, like, super complex.
Oh, wow. I played a little bit of the beginning of it, and the social link aspect that you were mentioning, like building relationships. Like I wasn't expecting that. Like I was like, this is gonna be like a 3D hack and slash Zelda, and it does have those, Zelda like vibes with the dungeons and the different things that you unlock.
A lot of that.
But yeah, like building the relationships and stuff, I was like, okay, this is something a little different and different enough that kind of entices me to keep playing. Because you get kind of genre stagnant after a while. If you play but so many genre of a certain game or whatever, it starts to get kind of samey. So, I watched the trailer and I was like, okay, this looks fun. Then I played it and I'm like, oh, this is dope. So
really good, really well polished. The graphics are nice and cel shaded. They're awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You know what game series it reminds me of? It does Zelda. This does Zelda in the social aspect in the town, and it builds your relationships. The game I'm thinking about does Zelda and another thing, completely different, but another thing, and it kind of melds it. They're called the Rune Factory games.
I always wanted to play those.
And there is a Switch physical for the newest Rune Factory game. But it's the thing is that it's more like not necessarily Animal Crossing, but there's a lot of casual shit to do back in the town. Build stuff. I don't know if it's gardening. There's a ton of stuff to do. And then you get to go out in Zelda style attack and fight. And that's what this is like wanting to do, is it takes the action RPG and then adds a little bit of, chilling portion, which just breaks up the action. It's not just constant action, and it gives life to the town.
Yeah, because
and build.
Yeah, because I felt like the action, like the hack and slash aspects, probably like, and I'm saying this very lighthearted, is like that's probably like the weakest element that I played in the game was the combat. I was like, the combat's okay, but then again, I was just starting out, so as you progress, the combat probably gets even better. But it's not bad. And adding all.
Because I unlocked a couple of magic abilities when I was playing.
Yeah, and being able to go back into town and do all that stuff. This is one of those games that if I wasn't trying to play a bunch of shit, I would dive into it for sure.
And reality is that it's the time aspect that we really don't have, but I want to play more.
Yeah.
And I own it on Switch, or on Steam, I mean. I own the Dungeons & Hinterberg on Steam. And it's also available, I think it's available on Xbox Game Pass for free still. And then while we did the weekend, it was announced that Super Rare Games will be doing the PS5 physical of it.
That's dope. Hell yeah.
That'll be cool. So that shows me that it actually is a true indie.
Yeah.
I was worried that it was a little too mass produced. Now it's an indie if Super Rare's doing it as a publisher, because they're super low key and they do really good releases.
Nice. Speaking of releases, are we getting into what we're playing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
what we're playing.
Because this is just released. I was looking at the show notes. You played Lone Fungus, Melody of Spores.
Yeah, so Lone Fungus. This is the sequel, or not sequel, but the second Lone Fungus game. It's actually a prequel to the original Lone Fungus. And you play as a little green cap mushroom. It is a traditional Metroidvania. Freaking awesome. You even have a whip when you play.
Oh, nice.
What I love about it is that the pixel graphics work perfectly. The controls, the platforming are super, super tight. And the items and weapons and all the things, there's so many items, so many things you can wear, all the things that you're constantly finding things. It is like endorphins and craziness. And I actually played it so much over the weekend that I beat the game.
That's always a good feeling.
And I mentioned it, but I was playing Lone Fungus, Melody of Spores on Steam Link on my phone, just sitting there while my wife's watching true crime or whatever. And I was just sitting there playing a ton of this game. And it's a platforming Metroidvania. There's spots where you're like having to jump through spikes and hit these different jets and then whip and swing and do all the things. And I was able to do it all on Steam Link. So it wasn't a problem. When my phone died, I came downstairs and I was playing on the big screen, and it played exactly the same. And I was playing it with my SN30 Pro 3 that I have over here plugged in. It's so good. And so, like, this game, I went into it like, okay, this is going to be cool. Because remember, Lone Fungus, the developer, was the one that was quoted when Hollow Knight was revealed. Was worried about the pricing at $20 for Hollow Knight Silk Song when it was revealed, because he just has a little game about a mushroom.
Yeah.
And he released his game for $15. But the thing is, I went into it like, okay, this is going to be cool. It is an S-tier game for me.
Yeah.
It is awesome. It might be in my top games of the year, like easily in my top games of the year. I'll have to weigh it versus my experience with Silk Song, because that game was amazing too. The thing is, though, is we were anticipating Silk Song.
Yeah.
Lone Fungus Melody of Spores just like popped up, and I played it, and it was just amazing.
Yeah.
And like the developer's part of the Metroidvania community. Like, he's always posting in the Facebook groups and stuff too. So like, he's part of it. So it is a wild game. I did not 100% it. I think I had 85% map exploration when I beat the game. I got to a point where I had to decide, I'm like, do I want to go find this? Like, I was basically in this like band of outlaw mushrooms, and the ending was open. And it was like, you had to go find this thing that from a lost person. So I found the thing. I go back and they're like, well, you're not dressed like a thief. What does that mean? So I looked it up online. There's nothing on it yet because the game's too new. And I'm like, well, I could either hunt around the entire game for another couple more hours or go to the end. So I went to the end, and I was able to crush the end boss pretty easily. Yeah, because I probably piped in a lot of stuff into my whip strength. And so I thought it was fairly decent to play through from a difficulty perspective. But Xander, if you feel like it's a little too challenging, you can adjust accessibility options.
Oh, that's good.
You can turn up your strength and turn down the enemies and all of the different stuff. Like, there's a lot of options when you start the game. So you can put permadeath on if you're a masochist. So like, you can literally play one time and die. So I mean, there are different ways to play the game. Now this one, just like Silk Song, now it's in the backlog bucket of if I ever want to like master the game, but likely going to move on to other things.
Oh yeah. And I was looking at notes, and another game that you were playing is a game that I played. That's dude. This is like the freaking dope fan made game right here.
So good.
TMNT Retropalooza. Oh,
dude,
man.
And this game was released before the newest TMNT game that was released physically on Switch and everything. Was Shredder's Revenge. This game was out before it, and basically like Shredder captures every single character ever that was made into a figure on the television. It was like every single Turtles character, and you get to unlock them all.
Yeah, and you can play as Velma. Like
yeah.
But
this game might be one for us to stream sometime.
Oh, yes, I would love to stream it because every character is not just like a different skin. It's not a palette swap or something. Like, every character has like their own unique ability. Like April O'Neil, if I remember correctly, because it's been a couple of years, but she's got like a whip, right? Like, she can actually whip stuff. And I was like, man, that's so freaking cool. And a lot of the stages are like some of them are like remade, like NES TMNT stages and like Manhattan Project, and it's a great fan made game. And like you said, it came out years before Shredder's Revenge. I think I played Retropalooza probably, I want to say like 2015 or so. I played it.
Yeah, I played it a long ass time ago, and I remember playing through, and I think once you die, you have to restart. Like, when you lose all your lives, you have to restart the whole thing. So I unlocked a bunch of stuff. But what's cool, though, is like, say you go through a retro level, like I went through April's apartment. and it's not on fire, and you're going through, you're fighting everything, and then Bebop and Rocksteady come out, and you fight them both at the same time with laser guns. When you beat them, like Shredder comes out like he does in the NES game and in the arcade, and then she like shoots him or whips him or whatever, and he runs off. But then you unlock April, Bebop, and Rocksteady to play with. So you get to play as the bad guys, you get to play as the good guys, you get to have fun, and everybody comes with their own like different strengths and weaknesses. It's like such a cool thing. I want to find out who's the unbalanced broken character. I want to play through with some kind of crazy unbalanced character. Like, I don't know if like Bebop and Rocksteady you can just shoot stuff, like just stay back and shoot everyone from a thing, but that would be fun as shit, dude. Yeah, like I enjoy games, fan-made games. And that goes into what we should play for our community game for this week. There's another game that's online and it's free. And all these I have now, I imported all of my fan games and everything into my Steam, which I hadn't done before. And what it does is it allows me to bring it up on Steam Link. So these games pop up on Steam Link, on the phone, on all the things. I want to play Super Mario Brothers and the Rainbow Stars. I think that is what the name of it is. Super Mario Brothers and the Rainbow Stars. And what it is, Rainbow Stars. It is a fan game made in 2024, and the graphics are like modernized, but it is a 2D Mario game. It would be like if they made a Super Mario Brothers 5.
Nice.
And it is modernized, it is crazy, it has all the things. And once you play it, you'll realize how fucking cool it is. I think I only played through a couple levels back in the like last year when I played it. So I would love to give it a whirl this week.
Now, when you say like it's modernized, like what Mario would you compare it to? Like, is it like a ROM hack, or is it just like a straight up like fan made Mario game?
Straight up custom programmed fan made Mario game.
Okay.
EXE. It's an EXE that runs. You can load it right into Steam and play it through with your controllers and everything.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. And, the game has all the different abilities. The character looks like a modern Mario, but pixelated. Mm-hmm. And, like, animation's great, and the game is super gorgeous. It's like, like Yoshi's Island style Super Nintendo, like, beautiful graphics, but with, like, a Mario Galaxy aesthetic. Like, it is crazy. And yeah, I was just playing, like, I played it a year ago, and I was loading all the stuff into Steam, all the different fan games. I got some other crazy ones, too, that we should play eventually. They're fucking insane. Like, there's this one game that's, like, a boss rush mode, fighting action game that's, like, Contra almost, boss rush, with all Genesis characters that I have. It's, like, insane. I don't think I could play it on my deck, but Steam Link, but we could play that shit too. But yeah, Super Mario Brothers and Rainbow Stars is the game though that we're gonna play for the. It'll be fun.
That's gonna be great. I'm off tomorrow, so yeah, that's gonna be something. That's gonna be something I'm gonna play. And for folks that are listening, if you're not watching this on my YouTube channel, if you're like wondering, hey, where's these Indie-credible live streams? I do stream on my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Xander Scully. And if you listen to us on Spotify or Apple Music, whatever is your favorite podcatcher of your choice, and it'd be best to follow us, like on Twitter or something like that, because it's kind of sporadic when we do our live streams. Like, we want to do like the Fridays, but something may happen and we end up on a random Monday, like we did this week. So
yeah. Well, and I don't even know if we talked about it, but on Friday I went and did a whiskey tasting. Oh, like nice. With a limited release whiskey. And then that went into watching Accept in Queensryche live.
Oh yeah.
And then do a tiki bar after that. So, and like we've seen Queensryche like half a dozen times, and they this is like my wife's favorite band. She actually named our daughter off the song London.
Oh,
and
okay.
Yeah. And they played it at our show for the first time in 20 years, they said, on stage.
Wow.
My wife's been asking them on Facebook.
Yeah.
So they listen, and they played my kids' song live, which is freaking crazy. And so that's why we didn't stream Friday, though, because I was out running amok in Denver.
Yeah.
I was downtown Denver running around. It was fun, but yeah, I definitely had a bunch of whiskey in me beforehand, and then I drank an Ozzy Osbourne tiki drink. The Prince of Fucking Darkness is what it's called. The Prince of Fucking Darkness. And it came in like a candle with his face on it, like an Ozzy candle. I was like, in passing, that was a perfect drink.
It's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, be sure to follow us. Because if we go live, we'll try to let you guys know as much of a head time as we can. But for me, this week, other than the randomizer, I played AVG and 8-bit. Played that, and
nice,
and it's fun. It's really good. It's been a long time since I played like a Mega Man game, and it's totally Mega Man, like through and through. But what I like about it is it plays like Mega Man. But it's not trying to reinvent the wheel. It's just like oiling up the grease or wheels or whatever, like making it go well. Yeah. I mean, you got the different guys you choose before you go and fight, like the Robot Masters. Got a lot of Angry Video Game Nerd Easter eggs. And I didn't really watch the videos because I know you watched the Angry Video Game Nerd videos in the game, but I didn't really watch them. I just wanted to play the game, so I played a little bit of it. I like it.
Yeah. Did you use any of the codes?
No, I just
because you can apparently put in codes like the Konami code and stuff, and it'll unlock lives and shit.
Oh shit!
Yeah. There's some stuff in there like that's. I read that after because I played it and beat it like the other week too. It was awesome. It was cool. I enjoyed it a lot. And I did like the little videos, but I'm interested to see how cool it is on NES when they release it. Because they did launch it on limited run games, the gold version or whatever, sold out immediately. And I did pre-order an NES game from them because I don't usually pre-order stuff, but I figured that'll be in limited stock. And so I got the NES homebrew coming. I just got the standard gray edition. I didn't need a special. I don't need the colored cartridges and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Now, going into the new and noteworthy, these are some games that we found this week that were like, hey, these are pretty awesome. You guys should probably check them out. And we're checking them out in real time. I mean, other than me getting the B-roll or us doing some sort of little research, this is still like our kind of first impressions like on these games. And the first one, it was funny because it started out, I was watching the video and I was like, okay. And then Pandemonium happened. This is Gunforged. It's a goofy fantasy roguelike shooter. Well, you forge your own guns. You have randomized gun parts. You collect passive abilities. Looks pretty awesome.
Dude, I like that you assemble pieces.
Yeah,
it goes.
Assemble pieces.
And it's a roguelike, so, but it seems like it's more Binding of Isaac roguelike than Vampire Survivors. And by the way, did you know that they tried to name it a genre now, Vampire Survivors? They're trying to call it Bullet Heaven.
Bullet Heaven.
Bullet Heaven is what I've heard it referenced like 2 or 3 times this last week. Like heaven. I'm like,
I still like Survivor like.
I've been calling it Survivor like. But Gunforged is definitely a roguelike. And it has all the different upgrades, but I like the fact that you can like shoot bananas and shit, like just do crazy shit. Yeah, it's just wild. It was released in 2025 by Firebelly. Has a demo and it's $9. So it is wild. What else has Firebelly done? Have they done anything? They have. Ooh. They've done Swordslinger, Cryptographer, and Mirrored Pawns.
Huh.
They've done games since 2019. They got a relaxing puzzle game, Mirrored Pawns. Swordslinger is a Slay Goblins puzzle base. and then a puzzle platformer. So like their puzzle shit is what it looks
Yeah.
like. So that's pretty cool, though. You know, I go through and I wish list all this stuff as we go, so it helps me find out more about games. Yeah, it's a wild thing though. Yeah, Gunforged though looks really cool. Price is right. It says it's similar to Vampire Survivors on the thing because it's relevant to me. I love the little Steam stuff. So wild.
And going to our next game. This is polar opposite. We went from, beautiful sprites to, something that you're like, is this indie? Yes, it is. It's a 3D platformer called My Child of Ages. Is that right? Maya?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's Mai or May. It's MAI, could be May, or I would say Mai. They basically time travel through time to help Mai and her grandfather uncover mysteries. Looks really freaking cool. You got action adventure, a little bit of hack and slash in there, and like a lot of creepy, artistic like enemies that you have to fight, like little like creepers and dark enemies, which I think is cool. A lot of Zelda, the 3D Zelda style, like puzzles and stuff with action.
Yeah,
reminds me of Zelda dungeons for sure. So. Up my alley for sure.
Yeah, I love the animation when she's like running because she's wearing like this really flowy dress. So when she's running, it's like it gives you like the depth when you're like running down the field and like swinging your sword. Like it has like that really good flow of action. I really like it because I feel like the backgrounds are not like super detailed. So I feel like it does a good contrast with the detail of the character and enemy designs. Like it really makes it stick out, which is good because sometimes in a lot of those games, everything looks too good and like kind of lose your way. Yeah, kind of get convoluted on where to go next. So I like it. It's cool.
You know what's crazy is that the developer is Chubby Pixel Games. They've done this one that I actually own on Switch 1. And it's called Whittle Tree.
Ooh.
And I own Whittle Tree 2 Deluxe.
I think I have that on Switch, like digitally.
Me too. And so they have done these little precision 3D platformers that are giant Zelda-likes. They also have Suicide Guy, which I've not heard of, but it's like first-person puzzle games. But these Whittle Tree games are like Zelda, so this might be their like magnum opus. Because it's like they made it like a Disney freaking cartoon basically with my Child of Ages, which is amazing. Game is on sale right now for $11. It's normally $15.
Nice.
So
not bad.
No demo for Xander's, but that's okay. That's okay.
Definitely worth checking out. And we're not too far away from another. Did we have we already had the autumn sale. What am I talking about? Winter sale.
Oh, we'll have Black Friday. Black Friday's happening, man.
Yep. And for some of you folks that loved your musics like me, this next one, this one is a very musically great game. I really love the music in the trailer. But Ratatan.
This game looks so cool. Like, it looks wild, like a fever trip. I don't understand. Like, do you have to like move and do the side scrolling to the beat at the same time as you're trying to move? Like, two sides of your brain have to work together.
That's what it looked like.
Or is it like auto scrolling to the side for the platform? If it's auto scrolling, that actually might be more doable because I'm just like, there's no way my brain would work with like that. Like, I don't know. There's somebody's broadcasting right now as we're recording, and I see like it scrolling automatically, so I don't know. But
yeah,
this game looks wild. Like, what is this like? Not the art style, but like the characters. Like, what is this whole like vibe?
It kind of makes me think of the rhythm. I think it's called Rhythm Beats, or the Final Fantasy rhythm games that were like on the 3DS and whatnot. They were really good.
Theatrhythm or something.
I get that vibe where it's just like the game is kind of like on rails, But but like, you go with the rhythm and maybe like different button combinations for different attacks. Like that would be really interesting. Cool.
Wild. It was released in September, so it's not been out that long. They do have a digital publisher, but they don't have a ton of games under their like belt, the publisher. But yeah, Ratatan Games is the developer with TVT Incorporated, but Game Source Entertainment is the digital publisher with it. Yeah, looks cool. $25. It's in early access right now, so that means that it's not finished. So if you want to be a tester, this is when you play it. If you want a finished game, then just be careful because it's not fully finished yet.
Huh. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out. Like I said, I really like the music from the trailer, and if the music, carries on into the game itself, I think it would just be a lot of fun, because it kind of has that We Love Calamari kind of vibe. That was really cool.
Calamari, nice. Like you're still thinking of your seafood from work, calamaris.
Oh yeah,
the catamari.
The little O's, and oh my lord, this game right here. Next one.
Vibe child.
This next one is called DeadWire. And this is really cool because like you have one shot that you have to multiply to kill as many enemies as possible. So it's not just like a twin stick shooter, it's like a strategic chain reaction bullet hell. Like this is cool.
Dude. I have no idea one-shot multi-kills, how to do it. Like, yeah, it again we had a game like that we covered that was similar in the same genre, and then we compared it to a couple of Switch releases that got physicals. I can't remember the name of the physical that we were comparing it to, like the popular one. But this one feels like that, but with like strategery thrown in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very in depth and very explosive. I feel like it almost has like the same vibes as what we saw earlier with Gunforged, but like with the color palettes and everything and top down perspective. But where it differs, like I said, that one shot multiplier.
And it shows like I don't know if you do it with your mouse or what, but like you link like an explosion barrel to a car and it shoots the car into people. You can do a barrel into a thing and it crushes people. Like there's like traps you can set and shit. Like that. It's like chain reaction carnage is what they call it. And I don't know how you do the hacking to link it and all that. I don't know if it's like use a mouse or if it's like easy to do with a controller. That's my one thing that might be interesting is it might not be super easy to play, but it's only $15, so it ain't that bad. $15. Shotgun Anaconda is the developer. They also worked on a game called Velocity Noodle.
I was about to say I was looking at some of the trailer footage of that because I was waiting for you to go down a little bit of the rabbit hole. Because Velocity Noodle looks really cool. Like it has a zip and zappy platformer. So that's cool.
Zippy Zappy is the technical term. Yeah, no, it looks cool. Yeah, the next game though, Xander, is it an indie game? That's the question.
Yeah, I was looking at it and it looks great. But this is Moro's Protocol.
And I would argue it is.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. It's a boomer shooter, right?
It's a first-person shooter, boomer shooter. The publisher is Super Rare Originals, so again, super rare games. So they pick indie developers to help publish, and they support them to get them to the finish line. So it is absolutely an indie game. It just looks so good. Because remember, when I add these games to the list, I'm just finding them like real quick, and I'm not like reading into it too much. So we read into it here, which I enjoy doing. This game looks fucking crazy. There's bundles with like games called Turbo Overkill, but then System Shock, which is going to get a Switch physical, by the way. Switch 2 physical. Yeah, this game though looks really freaking cool. It has like so much blood and gore, like pixelated blood and gore too.
Mm-hmm.
And it has roguelike progression is what it says, because you get to learn, upgrade, and push further as you play through the game, which to me is insane. Like, I don't know how they did this like gritty visuals with rendering and stuff, but it's like almost like they put pixels onto polygons. Like, I don't know what else Pixel Rain has done. Looks like Robbie Swifthand and the Orb of Mysteries, a hardcore 2D platformer.
Huh.
Haven't heard of Robbie Swifty either. But yeah, Super Rare Originals, like that might be a fun little rabbit hole, because they got they started with Grapple Dog, which was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Then they have other games like Lone Ruin, which is a great Metroidvania. And so they just have like fun little games that they support, all by indie developers. So it's pretty cool. But I don't know if you've played any of their indie games, Xander.
I haven't, but I'll definitely have to check it out, because this next game that we have to check out, this is crazy. I will say, first off, this is probably the more expensive game that's been in our new Noteworthy. This is a $30 game.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it's got mixed reviews as well. Came out in September, but I'm talking about Towa and the Guardians of the Sacred Tree. I'm really curious about the mixed reviews, because I'm watching the trailer right now, and this is right up my alley. It has forging, it has action RPG elements. It's got the anime aesthetics. It's super colorful. Makes you think of like a ease game in a lot of ways. And yeah, it's like I see something that's great, and I'm like, where's the catch?
Well, I mean, you realize though that when it comes to reviews on Steam, if the game's over $20, people tend to be more critical of it. And it is published by Bandai Namco, so it has less of that indie feel, even though the developer is Brownies Incorporated and they've not released anything else. So like, I don't know if, well, they are not linked to anything else in Steam that I can see, I will say. But maybe it's just that the roguelike, people are frustrated and they keep dying, or because that's usually the thing with roguelikes and games that you're expected to continually grind at, is people will get frustrated. Because I agree with you, it looks amazing.
Yeah,
this game looks cool as shit.
Yeah, it looks really, really good.
And I mean, and we were talking like, what game can we play split screen? This one.
Yeah.
This one's split screen co-op, man.
That is very true. Like I said, I'm very curious like about the mix, so I would love to check that out. And another game I'd love to check out, this one right here. I want to say first off, I love Fantasy Zone. It's one of my favorite shooters, and this game gives me Fantasy Zone vibes. Not by the gameplay. The gameplay is more just a horizontal shooter. But trying to see if I pronounce it right. Called Platypus Reclayed.
Yeah, Platypus Reclayed, and like it literally looks like Fantasy Zone made out of clay.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It looks so cool, and I know this is a year where we have a lot of stop motion claymation style games, and that this one though, it just looks so good, and you can tell they use stop motion because the stuff like kind of pivots and things, which makes it look really cool to shoot them up. Like everything just looks amazing. Like I don't even understand how they did this.
Yeah, it makes me think of something that despite the polish, it looks like something I would play on the Super Nintendo. Like it feels like a Super Nintendo shooter. But I mean, yeah.
Oh shit. So they actually show the original handmade shooter like with Legos and stuff in the page, like where they're rotating it for the camera, as like they literally handmade everything with clay. Like holy shit. 2-player simultaneous action. This might be one we have to stream, man.
Oh yeah.
Like, because it does have 2-player co-op, and And yeah, so like, and then there's a new patch, and the character they show looks like freaking Magical Chase. So, I wonder if Claymatics Games has done anything else. They have not. They just have to. Well, there's DLC, which is free DLC to get the spooky platypus.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, no, this game looks cool as hell. I'm gonna add this to the. I have a little working document now of games that we need to play on stream. From this episode, so when we stream and be like, hey, what game should we play? And we're like, oh, let's do Robot 85. Now we'll be like, let's do Towa, let's do Platypus.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now,
yeah,
we are going into the budget section. These are all games that are $2 or under.
The first one's very under.
Yeah, I'm checking it out right now. Called Wreck Digger. Let's see. It's free. First off,
it's free. It's a free game, and it's an action platformer, Metroidvania.
Yeah, it has like
this game was always cheap on Switch on the digital eShop, and so yeah, dude, so good. It's a short story. It's very, very short. I have it obviously because it's free.
Yeah, I was like downloading it right now as we speak.
Good. Carlos Zabers is the developer. He released it in 2021. He's also released another game called Pig Book and a third one which I don't have. It's called Astral Blaze. Let me add that to my wish list. And they're all free, by the way. All three of his games are free. So he basically is just making things for fun.
That's always fun.
It's what we see with these developers is like they're just in. And the publisher's Team Bit Club, which they also have External Visions, which is also a free game. So their publisher's also doing free things, which is crazy. So there's just from this episode alone, there are free games, 4 free games that are all pretty excellent. Because it's hard to find good free games in Steam because it's hard to hunt them down.
Yeah, because there's so much bloatware. You know, like
guess what, Xander? The next game is also free.
Indeed, Skyseeker. Skyseeker is interesting. It's like a kind of makes me think of like a PS1 game in some ways, or an early PS2.
Early PS2. Yep.
Yeah, and it's, a hack and slash third person. I'm trying to think like what kind of games I would compare it to. But, when you see the B-roll, you're like, oh, I know what you're talking about. A lot of crazy,
like an action adventure game.
Yeah.
Like hack and slash aspects for the fighting. Not super deep, but there's a lot of free-to-play games that pop up once you start looking at this stuff, though.
I would say the only thing that kind of sucked when I was getting the B-roll, and keep in mind, guys, when you want to watch the trailer, like the beginning of it really loops a lot with the main menu. I was just like, what's going on here? Like, so I hope they fix that, because after it gets through that little loop that looks like the game's like kind of stuck on the menu, you actually see the progression. Yeah, it's fun and it's free with mostly positive reviews.
It was released in 2020. So that's one thing you'll see in indie games is like after it's been released for a few years, people tend to put stuff for free too.
Mm-hmm.
One Hit Slayer Sword Dog, by the way, is in the rabbit hole of the digital publisher, and it is also free, released this year. One Hit Slayer Sword Dog, one word, sword and dog.
Huh.
Yeah, and then there's an Undefeated game, superhuman action game too, called Undefeated. So I'm adding a bunch of free shit, Xander, to my list today because I didn't go down the rabbit hole, man.
Well, the next one is For the Elements. For the Elements.
Which one? For the Elements. Oh,
yeah.
You skipped the other one, and it is still.
Is it still budget? I don't think it's budget anymore.
It's a $1 game.
Oh my gosh! I may have looked up the wrong game. because I would
You
like.
probably did.
Yeah,
Because this game is called Axolotl, but there's also AK Axolotl, which is not the game we're talking about. AK Axolotl together is $7. This game is just called Axolotl, and it is $1 Metroidvania platformer.
Yeah, it is. I'm looking
$1
right now. Yeah, I'm looking at it because I was thinking it was a different game, but yeah, it's 2D platformer. Looks fun.
$1. No, I mean the character model and animations, like he just jumps, like doesn't move and stuff like that. But it's $1 game, and it's probably Anchor Games is the developer, released in 2022. This is the only game that they're tied to on Steam. So I mean, this might be their first game to get through. And it looks fun. It looks well done. There's a lot of complexities to it, and it looks like the world has some character to it. Or Buck. I mean, who's to say, you know? And my daughter was obsessed with axolotls when she was younger, and now she's too old, too cool for that. Now the last game though is not on sale anymore.
Oh, it's not.
No, For the Elements is the last one that you mentioned. It's 2D action platformer Metroidvania game. 4 players, I think, or something. No, it's single player, but it shows like 4 panels in the trailer. But this game looks awesome. It is now back up to $8, unfortunately.
Yeah, that happens. But, you know, it might be on. If it was on sale just a week ago, it could be on sale again in 2 weeks. So.
And it just goes to say that you should always check your like wish list and stuff to see what new sales there are. I click on mine on my phone like constantly because there's always stuff popping up. Now Mito Games is the developer. They have a lot of games on here.
Oh,
they have one called War Dogs Return, which looks like a beat 'em up, which is $2. Then you have the demo for the Elements, which I knew you like your demos. There's Pop Some Eyes, which is a first-person shooter. Looks crazy.
Cool. Looks really cool.
I'm going to add that to my wish list. There's Willy's Wonderland, which is fucking crazy. That's off the Nicolas Cage movie, right?
Yeah. Right.
What? I didn't even know there was a game. That is crazy. And Cubite actually is the publisher. Cubite's a Spanish publisher. They're really cool. Oh. And then there's Tupi, The Legend of Arbola, which is a roguelike game. So there's a bunch of cool ass games there, and incredible freaking rabbit hole, dude. That is fucking crazy.
Yeah, and that's something that we kind of do sometimes, you know, because when we're like talking about like the budget or new Noteworthy, and then we want to see what else is there, that just keeps on adding more and more to it. Now, going from that to another rabbit hole, we went from. I even want to make a joke about that. We are into our aftermarket homebrew and highlights. These are new games for old hardware and tech, and some really cool homebrews to talk about. Do we start with the legacy title?
Yeah, we'll start with the legacy title, so that way we can go in, because they basically will go in something that's like more like legendary, and then we'll go like old school, and then we'll go into the newer shit at the end. It's kind of like what we do. And the one I want to talk about is a game I actually have not found to this day physically. I haven't went any of the, like, I don't buy stuff on Team. I like to get it from developers, but this one was developed in Japan and was released. It is like those caravan shooter Hudson shooters from back in the day, or like the Famicom game Rekka. And this game's called Blade Buster, and it really showed me what was possible back in the day with homebrew games, because this is a custom programmed brand new game, and it is an insanely well polished bullet hell shooter, almost like bullet hell, but it's more like a caravan style chaos shooter, where I consider the caravan where you're shooting, there's tons of like stuff, like enemies going around, not bullets, but enemies everywhere. And then the ground, you continually shoot the ground away, and it unlock, like, you get like different point bonuses and stuff. And it does that with all like Rekka and Nexar and all the like PC Engine games too that were also released by Hudson for the Caravans.
Yeah, it looks like Soldier Blade with caffeine. That's what it looks like.
On crack. On crack. Yeah, that game is so cool. And yeah, it's on my I need to buy. It's been on my top homebrew games and the ones I need to buy for like ever. But a game that I did get in that we talked about was this one called End. And what's interesting, I have this in a box protector, which is why it's shiny. But this box is almost like made on purpose, like cardboardy, but it's textured like cardboard. Like super like fancy. It's like meant to be like this though, based on how they printed it. Like they did this on purpose. What's interesting though, this game, true freaking homebrew, man. You play it, it's like a really basic RPG where you're moving through with like, and like when you do something wrong, it's like lose or lost. Like it just says a big thing like dead, like with big text when you do anything, because you get this little like, it's like almost like a Zelda style but casual, and you want to like go through. Like the game says, the End is an on-rails RPG about balance and reflection. Slow down, explore, and find the meaning in a world seeking harmony. Like,
wow.
Like there'll be one character that says, "Hey, I'm feeling bad," and you whip them, and they're like, "Thank you," and you get XP. The next one says, "I'm looking for something." You whip them, and says, "Game over" or "End." it's wild. Like it's just, it has no rhyme or reason. Start over every time from a save point that I guess it saves incrementally through it. But I was playing it on the tiny TV over there with my NES. Freaking cool, man.
And if you have a tiny TV, this game, definitely something to check out. This is from the Retro Bro Games. But the reason why I mentioned the tiny TV, because this game does use the light gun. So this is Maverick's Baghdad Extraction. And it's crazy that, the homebrew, I know this is with NES Maker, the homebrew scene is like making light gun games. Like I'm still like new to some of this stuff. Like I know, what was that one game that the Russian roulette game? They had that was a light gun game. But this is actual, like you point at the screen.
That wasn't really, yeah. I'll say that wasn't really a light gun game. You literally just play Russian roulette. You don't use the screen at all, and you just click. Yeah, and you see if you can beat the characters, which were all voiced and like animated on screen, which were impressive. Yeah, it's a wild thing. Now, I played it on my analog pocket, and it didn't require a light gun, so I think you can play it without the light gun too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it is on Steam.
Yeah, and the Retro Bros also in our Discord, so if you want to chat with him, like he's in our Discord chatting every once in a while, and he definitely made some cool games. Desert of the Undead's the other game that he's made.
Yeah, Desert of the Undead, like, because I've known John for years, and that was like his first game, and I remember playing like the very beginnings of it, and seeing where he's at now, and just like the span of time that he's done it, I'm just like, wow, absolutely impressive. Because Desert of the Undead looks great game. But man, stuff he's got over the horizon, really, really cool stuff. Really, really cool stuff.
And we'll definitely talk about it once he launches it. He's doing a Metroidvania, I know, and it looks cool. And so I figure once he releases the demo, we'll play it and we'll cover it fully. And if he wants to come on Video Game Bullshit to do an interview or something, we'll definitely do it.
Oh yeah,
it'll be fucking fun, dude.
And I know his composer, him and his composer, I think they won like best music at like the Bite Off as well. The music's phenomenal. So
dude, speaking of phenomenal, Xander, Banana Bash is one of the new NES games I wanted to cover. Basically, this game looks freaking awesome. It won At Super Magfest, it won Best Gameplay for Indie Retro Game.
Wow.
Like, which is crazy to me. Yeah, it is action puzzle genre. So like you're running around, like platforming around as a little monkey. There's little stages and stuff. There's bosses to fight. It looks like something like a Taito Bubble Bobble style or Snow Brothers or something like that.
Mhm.
And it plays in the emulators and things. And you can download the demo on itch.io.
Yeah, I really like the style. It did make me think of Monkey Ball. Like it looked like a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. And there is a Kickstarter, so it hasn't launched yet. This is the first game that Work 3 Studio has created. There's 187 followers of this Kickstarter already, and they're out of Tokyo. They already are in a project we love status, and they haven't even launched it yet.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they haven't even launched it, and it's already a project that we love on Kickstarter. It looks freaking phenomenal. Like, the graphics are just bright and pastel-y. Like, this just shows me, like, where we are with NES Homebrew is, like, we are in the second era of the Nintendo aftermarket at this point. Like, because Homebrew starts in a basement, and people are making very basic things with black backgrounds, and now they're making stuff like this, where the background is, like, super colorful and amazing, and the palettes work together. It's doing shit that wouldn't be possible on the NES reality.
Yeah. Now I will say this last game, I definitely want you to talk to me about it, because I couldn't really get any B-roll for it, because there wasn't anything. I mean, I was like, when I was looking for the B-roll, I could hear you in the back of my head. I could hear you being like, it's underground, man. It's the way it is. It's the way the homebrew is. Why don't you just get pictures?
The way it is. It is a Legend of Poo Panties the Cat. This is Xander's game with his Poo Panties cats.
Yes.
It started off as a children's book series, and now it's an 8-bit game. Released by ITG Soft, and it raised $4,000 on Kickstarter to be funded. $4,500 with 56 backers. Yeah, it's a simple looking NES game. I don't think I backed it. I did not. But it's a platformer. And you play as Willie, one of the main protagonists of their book series. You go out to buy a present, and your house is ransacked. So,
oh no!
You take control of Poo Panties, the cat, to get to the bottom of the mystery, Xander. Six worlds, and there's lots to do in the game. Apparently, you get to look at cat butt too.
Nice,
like little cat buttholes everywhere, and it looks pretty cool. Like, you have your Mario overworld too, which is pretty cool. So like each little level has its own stuff, and then there's mini games in it too. So you have different types of options to play. So you have the mini games, you have multiple paths, 4 playable characters, 6 worlds with multiple stages in it. And so it's a pretty complex game. I don't know who's actually developing it, though. But there is a homebrew ROM of this available. Let me see. Your homebrew game Odyssey begins. Oh, you can literally add to cart and download a demo of Poo Panties the Cat. So you can get your B-roll, Xander, by downloading it, Mr. Underground. Yeah, there is no video on Poo Panties, though, unfortunately. Not even the Kickstarter had a video. That's how underground and how obscure this is. That's why I wanted to end with this game, because this is how deep the rabbit hole goes. Because I know you mentioned that you're gonna want to start collecting some homebrew in some ways. You try to go for everything, brother, it is going to be crazy. I like the idea that you were leaning toward Genesis, though, because that one, well, to me, the Genesis had the easy to port games from PC games. So you had a quality aspect where things looked cool and then they didn't play great. But we're in and that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Now the games rival frickin' games on Steam. like the Astro Bros game that was released on Genesis is fucking amazing. You have like Pop Realm that was released. That is the beat 'em up. That's amazing. Pure Solar, like crazy freaking games that are awesome on the Genesis. But just keep in mind, just like with everything, I made a recommendation. Maybe you go toward Game Boy, so that way, or Game Boy Color, or Game Boy Advance, so that way you can get the Analog Pocket and then play it in FPGA, and then you can play all the ROMs and you can get the Genesis homebrews digitally.
Yeah.
And you could do both. But the rabbit hole is so fucking deep that maybe you go something simple.
Yeah. That's kind of why I was leaning towards the Genesis, because I mainly been wanting to play on the CRT. Because I have my CRT, and I'm like, if I go out and like say, because actually I'm gonna be at some game stores tomorrow. If I find like a good deal on a Genesis, and I really want to get a Model 1 Genesis, I'm like, all right, here I go. I'll get.
What would Poo Panties do?
He'd get to the bottom of it.
He would get to the bottom of it, Xander. Now, the Genesis is a rabbit hole of aftermarket. And fortunately, somebody wrote the book on Genesis and the collecting scene, and I have the best of the best homebrews already hand selected for you, up to when I published it. So there is a good definitive list out there that I created that has 99% of the badass games.
Yeah,
there's always gonna be something missing, but it's all preference at that point. I did the same for NES with my NES book, my NES re-release.
Yeah, and it's something I'm not going to like, and I say this very coyly. It's not going to be something that I want to like get like a huge collection, I'm trying to get every single homebrew or something like that. But, if I play one, like say there's one I play like digitally, maybe off itch.io or something, and I really enjoy it, and then they have a Kickstarter, and then I'm like, all right, I'll get a physical of it that way. Like that would be cool. Like if I had like a little area in my little office of just hand-selected homebrew Genesis games, I think that would be great.
That'd be cool. And I mean, there's a lot of the older ones are unavailable too, because, it's just the nature of a small print run release. One of the cool ones, of course, is FX Unit Yuki has a really good Genesis port. I actually prefer the controls on the Genesis from the CD one because there's no loading.
Yeah,
like it's so good. That's probably my favorite version of Star Myers game. Freaking cool, man. Like we'll have to see how your Genesis experience evolves.
Season 1, I ended up getting a really badass mini PC in season 1. Now season 2, I'm like thinking about doing the homebrew thing. And this wouldn't have been possible without all of our fantastic listeners and viewers. I want to give a big shout out to our Patreon executive producers. Yeah.
And let's give a shout out to Akraloth
and David Isherwood,
Lunchbox, aka the disgruntled gamer from the Thunderdome Gaming Society, who gives us many amazing recommendation.
Oh yeah. And big shout out to Jesse Glenn. He was on our stream last night watching us play Robot Name Fight. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And bullshitting with us, it was good stuff. And then Jacob Henriksen
and Brian Pittman Low Grice.
I think it's Low Gudice. Yeah. And these are the executive producers. Of course, the Patreon is free to join. The executive producers are getting physical items, as well as a shout out at the end of every episode or any type of content that I do. So when I was doing a YouTube channel, I'd also give them a shout out. Don't have time for YouTube, focusing on books and paintings. I am currently working on the paintings for the Kickstarter for the Sega CD book, getting that digitally out to everyone, the digital version of the book, and of course, then working on the end of the year items for our executive producers. We are doing a custom book cover, so I got to ask them all 6 of y'all, like, which book do we do? And I think right now they're leaning toward Metroidvania Phase 1, which would be really cool to do. I would do something really freaking badass with that. So we shall see, and I am only going to make them for the executive producer. So if you want a custom book cover, it's the only way to get it is to be a Patreon executive producer. You'll have to catch up with the others, but it is doable and it is fun. We've been having a good time.
Oh, yeah. And again, guys, thank you so much for checking out another episode of the Indie Incredible Podcast. As always, happy gaming and support indie.